Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Sabbath. And on this particular day, happy Trinity Sunday, as across the world, Catholics and Christians are celebrating the gift of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's Trinity Sunday as we celebrate the gift of relationship. You know, after the last several weeks of podcasts together, you and I are developing a relationship together. I want to welcome you into some of the most sacred relationships in my life. I am in the car right now with my two sisters in North Carolina as we are on our way to watch my nephew Preston run in a pretty big track meet. And as I am really just celebrating the gift of relationship, also walking with you, I want to invite you, as we're in this podcast conversation called Seasons, to join me this week as we introduce a new season, which is the season of not hearing God, or a season when God seems silent. And I know that for many of us, perhaps because of the season of waiting, or maybe 2 weeks ago with the season of being stretched, it can often feel like God is silent. In that season of waiting, one of the things that accompanies the feel of a season of waiting is when it seems like God is not speaking to us, or perhaps some of us are just in a stretch in life where as you listen, you're not hearing a whole lot. Perhaps there's a season of overwhelm in some of our lives where maybe because of the way our ears are cluttered, you might say, with the noise of life or the overwhelm of life, we're not able to hear God. But for whatever the reason is, oftentimes we can find ourselves in a season where we can't hear the Lord's voice. This week, we're going to look at that in great detail. I want to offer you some encouragement, especially tomorrow, as we unpack that every season has a beginning and an end, and just to remind you that there's going to be a day where you hear the Lord again. This season will come to an end. But I really want to encourage you to join me on Tuesday and Wednesday as we talk about, again, what does it feel like and what can we learn from the season of when God seems silent. But before we get there, and maybe just to kind of encourage you today, that we all go through seasons in life, and we all go through seasons where we hear the Lord, and we all go through seasons when God seems silent. Don't equate hearing with presence, and don't equate silence with absence. Let me say that again. Don't equate hearing with presence, as if because you're hearing God, God is present to you. Because if that's the case, then whenever God is silent, we're going to equate that with absence. And just because we don't hear God, and perhaps just because we don't feel God, doesn't mean that God's not there. It simply means that for whatever reason, we can't feel Him or hear Him. And God is always there, and that's the encouragement to us today. And in fact, that's what we really celebrate on this Trinity Sunday, right? That God is relationship, and God does not have a relationship with us because that's what He does. God is in relationship with us because that's who He is. God cannot not be in relationship with us. Whether we hear Him or feel Him, God is always in relationship with us. Come on back tomorrow as we talk about the fact that every season, including this season of hearing God, has a beginning and an end. And as you enjoy this Trinity Sunday, enjoy the weekend. Looking forward to being with you tomorrow. And God bless you.